around us, unbelief in ourselves, procrastination, that's a huge one. Procrastination is rooted in fear, okay? The and that's the reason we don't make decisions. And it's also has to do with perfection. And here's a quote from Dan Miller. Perfectionism is not as much as a desire for excellence as it is the fear of failure, which is couched in procrastination. So fear and procrastination are together, and perfectionism is here, and we're thinking, I must be perfect. I must be perfect. What if I make a mistake? What if I'm too old? That's imperfection. Oh, no, it's not. It's far from imperfection. First of all, nobody entered this field as a perfectionist. Well, they might think so in their minds, but they didn't, and they didn't know a lot. You know, nobody knew a lot. So we had to learn on the job. And a lot of us I entered in my late 30s. Other people have entered in at 67, 65, older than that. Whoa, go figure. Is that possible? Yes. Some people have thought they were old at 38, 45, 53, 59. You're just young'uns, my dear. You have another career that's ahead of you. Don't give up that easily. Don't get that, being stuck is a decision. That's still a decision. And you're like, well, I can't afford this, Leslie. I couldn't either. There were no funds for me unless I paid it out of my salary. And I had a child ready to go to college as I entered the legal field as a legal secretary, legal receptionist. I had one 2 years away from leaving the nest and going out of state to go to school, more than likely, which she did. My whole salary and then some paid for the first 2 years of college. And so that was important that I make some money to help supplement all that. Okay. So that the only way I saw in doing that to make enough was to go into the legal field or go into the medical assistant. Well, not a medical assistant, but working in the front office. Okay. So like an administrative assistant. But that to me was specializing. And so I chose legal. There wasn't a naivete. It was just about me jumping in. And it doesn't matter that that was 32 years ago. People are still doing it that way today, but not in California because they require a degree or a certificate now. And that's fairly new compared to other states who overall, the 49 states in this country allow you to get in 3 ways, according to the paralegal regulations, which you should look up. Don't rely on my knowledge. Look it up on Google. Paralegal regulations for the state of blank. And start going down what I call a rabbit hole into investigating that. What do you need to be called a paralegal in the state of blank? Now, if you bring schools up, they're going to be promoting their schooling. So understand that's not an objective viewpoint from the school. They want to sell courses. So you go look for yourself and find out. And you can go to my website and look at a document under, I believe it's paralegal resources. I have 2 different resources tabs, and you will see a PDF there that will cover most of the states. California, probably that would need to be updated, but then you go look on Google for yourself as well. Okay, so don't let anything keep you stuck. It could be the past, it could be all these other things that are quite unhealthy mentally. And you've got to move forward one step at a time and just go for it. And it could be that, oh, I need to just take a typing test. Now I need to go get better at Microsoft Word. And you start to and don't procrastinate in that area. Oh, I can't do this until I'm an expert. I would say try to learn how to, go to my website as well, paralegalcoffeetalk.com, and look under advanced skills. There's free third-party software there for, it's actually not software. It's a YouTube video. I don't know why I said software, but YouTube video from a gentleman that I thought did a training for Microsoft Word advanced skills. Learn some of those. Don't be overwhelmed by it. how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's kind of gross analogy, but that's, you know, how you do and get into this field. But then at one point you have to jump, and you don't think you have to have, I must be perfect. Oh my gosh, what'll happen? I'll make mistakes. They know you're a beginner. Make sure you take a workshop. When I offer it, I do free workshops and then I do paid workshops. Take them to bring yourself up to that level and know what you should be doing. And there's also a wait list for the beginner paralegal accelerator growth group. That's a mouthful, but you can see it under accelerator on my website as well, okay? Last thing, when they look at people who go forward versus people who stay stuck, this is the difference. There's the speed of implementation, the speed at which you go. When you start bogging down, that should be your red flag. Uh-oh, I'm going into that procrastination mode again, and speed it up and do something positive in that realm for yourself, you know, your journey. I don't care what it is. Go study something about a certain area of law and what are the paralegal duties. Okay, and get a notebook and start tracking down everything you're learning, because this is how we do it in the legal field. We are information hoarders, and we put the notes in order, you know, like I studied typing today, or I studied Microsoft Word. So you have separate areas for those categories, and you can refer back to it. Now you're building a notebook for yourself. Good deal. All right, that's it for today. Let me know what you're struggling with. What's the barrier you're facing? And I love hearing from you in the comments section. It's huge. It helps other people as well. And so don't be afraid to comment. All right, have a great one. Talk to you soon.